If you're here in Santa Cruz in late May, you're probably here for the Masters Cup. It's the 2017 edition presented by Innova Discs. You found us here on SpinTV. I'm your host, Jamie Thomas, joined by longtime Team Innova player and Santa Cruz local for a bit, Avery Jenkins. How are you, man?
Doing great, Jamie. It's been a long weekend, but just always great to be back in beautiful Santa Cruz, California, here at the PDJ National Tour event, watching the best players in the world compete on the grand stage.
It has been like you said, a gorgeous weekend, tough golf, top-level competition. You really can't beat an 11:04 rated 15 down round.
Man.
By Paul McBeth to open things up. You think he was mad after Konopish Day?
I think he took it as a challenge for sure. With his performance there, obviously Rick just took a very dominant weekend at the World Tour in Czech Republic, and I think he recommitted himself, refocused, and went back to what he knows, top-level golf, and getting back out on the putting green and just making things happen.
And the Ricky and Paul show is the headline story, but some other great players as well. We got Jeremy Koling, our reigning U.S. champion, and Chris Watson holding it down for NorCal on the lead card. Here's the standings after 2 rounds as we move right into a very open par 3 first hole. What's the challenge here?
The challenge is it's still Delaveaga, and there's always going to be a certain level of diabolical danger on these holes. You look at this green, a very fast green. It drops down the backside, right side into a poison oak forest about 200 feet down a ravine. So the play is just keep it up top, keep it in play, and maybe get a second shot, maybe a look at a birdie.
Paul following that advice to a tee. Nice safe shot to the middle of the fairway. Probably a little shorter than he wanted.
Yeah, it really depends how aggressive you want to play this shot. You want to go at the pin with a backhand turnover. Maybe a nice little roller if you want to play a nice aggressive line.
An aggressive line is what Ricky's going to need to catch Paul, but that's a good start.
An excellent roller going backside of the target. It's going to be a little tap in for birdie.
Koling's lining up an overhand shot.
A very different approach to this hole. I think he was just really trying to put that disc into play, not force the drop off or the fast green too much, and just put it in the center cut fairway.
Yeah, not bad at all. Chris Watson rounds off the lead card here.
Yeah, as you said, representing NorCal, very first appearance here on the lead card. Just one of those names you haven't heard of just yet, but you're definitely going to hear a lot more of them. Great performance during the second round, moving day to remain on the lead card going in the final round here.
And McBeth, not really giving it a run. No need to push it. Here's Koling lining up a second shot.
Ooh, it checks up on that cart path short. The one thing about hole 1 and hole number 2, that cart path there is actually casual. It's going to be not out of bounds as it has been in previous years. So with that second shot, Koling lands on the path and will be in bounds still.
And Ricky gonna card the lone birdie, deservingly so after that shot. There's Koling for par as well. As Mr. Watson getting his par, starting his round.
Yeah, lead card here, just doing what they do best, not taking too many chances. Paul with a substantial lead and not looking to give up anything on hole number 1.
And here's Jerm with a full-length extension like he's throwing from outfield.
Great athleticism right there.
Paul still up by 12, but Ricky doing what he needs to do on the first hole.
Always thrown Innova and competed with Innova. I don't think I'd be playing this sport if it wasn't for creating the disc itself and then just taking it to the next level over and over and over again. How great the discs are themselves. It's really gained my trust, and I don't think I would be here without Innova. I don't see myself doing anything else.
Some images there from the beautiful Järva Disc Golf Park out in Sweden. As we move on to hole 2, seems like another left to right play.
Yeah, it's a very kind of unassuming hole, pretty wide open between the tee pad and the basket, but once you get past the basket, it does have that drop off, that De La-esque style to it. So you can play this shot pretty aggressive, either a forehand out to the left or more maybe a direct shot at the pin, as Ricky displays a very clean, accurate sidearm.
And McBeth's going to opt for the backhand, but didn't quite turn it.
Not taking any chances there as he maybe release, maybe a little more hyzer than he wanted. Got the distance right, just didn't get that line, but safe in bounds.
And Jerem is going to need to get aggressive himself if he wants to keep pace with Ricky.
A little nose-up flick as he gets the car horns in the distance. Trying to razz Jerem. Obviously a little late there, guys. Maybe next time.
And Chris Watson fourth on the card. And there's that direct line you're talking about.
Yeah, good power, good snap on there. Attacking the basket, just floating past the pin. And there's that De La roll. Down the backside, it's going to be a sizable putt for two for Christopher Watson.
Says it all, De La.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds played at the Delaveaga disc golf course. And we're here on the third and final day at the golf course. Definitely a different style of golf comparing both of these tracks.
Here's a putt for birdie that's pretty safe to run from downhill. And got it.
Proving why he earns his spot on the lead card. Christopher Watson, pretty unheard of at the top ranks, but showing why he needs to be at the top playing with the best players in the world.
Yeah, not afraid. I mean, that's a star-studded card he's playing with there, and showing no fear on that putt. Nice simple hole 2. As Watson shows the sun's out, guns out mentality. A little rolled up sleeve. Not sure that's PDGA legal there.
Yeah, I talked to him before the round. I think that's his own style there, and obviously trying to take care of those tan lines.
Yeah, don't want to have any farmer's tans. This is a little more of an open course than De La. The sun's going to beat down on you. Moving right on to the first par 4 of the entire weekend. And Nate Sexton has a story about this one, huh?
Yeah, he came running over to me during my round just to let me know that he went 10 feet past the basket of his 720-foot hole to a drop-in eagle. The guy not known for big distance with the backhand, but man, he can get a roller to go a long, long ways.
Yeah, if you told me Simon or Eagle did it, I'd believe it in a second. But nah, Sexton's an honest guy. I'll take his word for it.
Scorecard proves it. On this hole here, it's a long, lengthy, it's a true golf hole, if you will. We got the cart path running along the right side, the entire length of the fairway. And then we have a few bunkers on the left side and then short left side of the basket, and obviously green to the right being out of bounds. These bunkers here, they're actually playing the hazard rule. So if you land anywhere in the sand, you must stand and deliver from that spot with a 1-stroke penalty.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty safe tee shots here from all the guys. Paul's kicked it over a tiny bit, but I'm willing to bet he's throwing a destroyer, and it's true to form.
That was an excellent flex carry, getting big distance down the fairway. And Big Jerem also known for having a big arm, big distance, looking to air one out on this big par 4.
Yeah, we did his in the bag earlier this year, and he throws a little more of that kind of mid-stability plastic. You know, not a whole lot of big discs, obviously has destroyers, but a little more of a hyzer flip to turnover kind of lines.
For any type of player, though, you know, switching companies, switching brands, and switching discs, it's going to take a little while to get used to. I think he's finding his stride right now in May, early season. I think he's really dialing in his discs, especially his distance drives. Watson, a little check and a victory lap around the pin, second shot.
Hey, get your threes where you get them. Nice and easy. Ricky with the forehand.
Rick trying to just make a very routine shot. Putter forehand. Ooh, I don't think he saw that over the top of the hill. That actually hit the top of the rim of the bunker and dropped back in. He'll play his fourth shot from there.
Yeah, Jeremy's challenging that bunker too.
Yeah, it's a very, very precarious location for this basket, being right between the green and the bunker. Really challenging these top-rated players to execute upshots with precision. just like that.
And Paul said, anything you can do, I can do better. As Ricky's the furthest out on the putting green. Should be pretty routine for these guys. We'll look back at Ricky standing in the bunker. He's got such smooth delivery on that disc.
He don't miss anything that short. It's just a nice, flat, good velocity forward as he drills the chains.
Yeah, no flutter in his putter. Let's go on to hole 4. Back-to-back par 4s. This one's a little shorter. This is, more people reach this one with a roller if they choose to take it. You know, what's your play here?
This is just a big all-out air shot. Not too much danger until you get up close to the basket with that bunker short of the target. And then you got the cart path running down the entire length of the right side fairway. This is the one you can really play aggressive on. Go for big distance and maybe have a very long look for these top throwers. That shot getting away from Watson, trying to power up and turns it over right side. Going to be a sizable second shot.
We'll take a little operator error there. Not too much wind. Here's Paul.
Going big destroyer off the tee, trying to maximize the distance down the fairway. Wow, great carry. He's just getting such good power down the fairway here. Even for a smaller stature guy, Paul McBeth has some huge distance.
And Jeremy Koling, third to tee, also lining up the backhand.
Going roller.
That is.
Yeah, really trying to use the manicured fairways of this golf course very fast. And just trying to get down there for a clean second shot. You know, it's a very touchy shot over that bunker, but the farther you get down there, the shorter that second shot is.
Yeah, we were talking about him throwing flippy discs. He fooled me with that one. And Ricky's going to lay down the roller as well.
A little more direct line here, trying to go straight at the pin. Obviously, it's going to flare out and curl to the right, but not forcing too much here. Like you're talking about all this eagle stuff. I don't know. I haven't seen an eagle yet. It's 606 feet, and that's still a long, long ways.
Yeah, none of the players are really in an easily eagleable position, but
Watson looks like he sawed it off a little short. Whoa, are you serious?
wow. Little hop out of the bunker there.
Very fortunate break.
Skip off sand? Is that legal?
Want to know if that was legal? Absolutely. It was a very good break. Wow, that got away from him there. A little nose up into the headwind, and Germ pays dearly as it floats about 35 long.
I think Germ thought he was half as tall as he was. That thing towered over the basket.
Nice little easy approach, not trying to take too much.
Ooh, easy approach. How about in the basket? Paul McBeth for eagle. Spin that back.
Wow, it looked like he was going more like a little touchy upshot, trying to carry the bunker, obviously, and with the headwind, making it go in with ease. Run it down, young man, for the big eagle on hole number 4.
And here's Ricky with an opportunity. He did not miss by much. Germ with a comebacker for birdie.
Wow.
Koling getting in on the putting party. Hole 4, man. Starting to show. People getting a little warmed up. Going to see some good golf this afternoon if this continues.
Watson getting the lucky break on the approach to the green as it hopped out of the bunker, but couldn't take advantage of it as he chains off left side.
I mean, how do you follow that eagle putt? I'd be nervous standing over a 10-footer after Paul drains that.
Yeah, I've seen Paul in the past hit some long putts, but man, just the ease of that putt just made it look so smooth.
Yeah, shades of 2015 McBeast mode. Maybe the first we've seen since the injuries kind of sidelined him over the past year and change. And he holds on to a 13-stroke lead. It's an interesting look at second place, though, and now we're going to switch gears entirely. This is not even 350. This is less than 3.5, but another left to right hole. What's different about this one?
It's the shortest hole we've seen so far in this course, but nothing short on difficulty and challenge. We got the path down the right side. Anything on the path and over is OB. We have a green to the short left. Got a couple bunkers out there. It's going to take a lot of good execution and accuracy to pinpoint this hole.
Yeah, we expect to see some forehands there. What we don't expect is a complete dead stop for Paul's shot.
Landing safely in between the bunker and the green. Looks like Germ went a little nose-up flare and gets the hop, skip, and a jump over the green, back inbounds.
I know we say flash the rings for world champs. What do we say for U.S. champs? Because that was some love.
Actually, U.S. champs actually are the only ones that do get a ring, so we'll give them a little call out there. Jeremy Koling getting a nice break. And then here's the current and reigning world champion, Ricky Wysocki, executing the forehand with precision. The rare forehand by Watson, trying to follow suit of the first three.
A little inside.
Yeah, sawed it off inside, right side, out of bounds.
And Paul's going to pitch up. He had absolutely no business looking at a run there. And Chris is going to line up a par save.
Aye, man.
And he's just a little bit off left to right.
Jerem looking at a death putt here, about 38 feet. Wow. Sticks it dead center. Jeremy Koling with the birdie, too.
2 in a row from that stats padding range.
Ooh, rare miss by McBeth. Little downhill tailwind. He definitely left it high, hoping the tailwind was going to drop it. In that case, it didn't.
And Ricky will
Get
the little bag on, huh?
Little bag on the back birdie right there.
Don't make it look any easier than that. Oh, there's Chris.
Ooh, good extension.
Finish the hole. Yeah, proper form on that tap in, right?
Watson, yeah, he let that one slip, get away from him a little bit. Just took it a little tight to the tree. Had a lot of hyzer on it and paid the price.
No pars for the lead card on that hole. 11-stroke lead for Paul. Moving on to hole number 6. This might be my favorite hole on this entire course.
This hole shapes so nicely. It's a very unique hole, but nothing short on danger. Actually, you're clearing an entire out-of-bounds area, this whole gully and ravine, and then you're trying to wrap the corner onto a very small hillside. Basket perched on top, and that golf green, as you see in the straight position, OB as well.
And Jeremy Koling takes his forehand a little bit long there. Ricky also going to line up the forehand. No surprise for those two.
Known for their forehand shots at this distance here. Very comfortable Ricky Wysocki going driver, direct line, point inside right.
We'll saw it off inside. McBeth looking to line up the backhand.
Yeah, there's the option. There's a turnover backhand or the forehand. I think the sidearm or forehand shot being a little more effective. But if you can dial in a good turnover shot and get the carry, you can obviously be a very effective throw.
Yeah, the benefactor of an 11-stroke lead is, or the benefit of rather, is you don't have to push this.
Let's keep it in bounds. That's the main objective here. And failing to see that main objective, doesn't get around the Mando, hits the tree short and drops out of bounds. He goes directly to the drop zone for his third shot.
Not that much easier from the drop zone, but he's giving it a good bid. He's on the safe side, putting back uphill. And here's Paul McBeth looking for a long birdie.
Even with a sizable lead, you don't see him letting up on any kind of aggressiveness or confidence at holes this distance.
You're absolutely right about that. There's no lack of confidence from McBeast. He feels like he should win every tournament he enters, and this is the only man that could stop him right here at this point. Ricky with a great putt.
As a player in their position here, you know, even with a good lead, you're not going to change your game plan. When you go into this tournament, you're going to go at each and every hole, each and every shot as you would, no matter if you're losing or winning. And Paul McBeth displaying exactly that.
And that was Koling with a great birdie putt himself. He's really starting to put on a clinic this afternoon.
Yeah, getting lots of looks and converting for him.
Chris looking to save bogey here. There it is.
Solid putter.
Got the putt to go that time. Germ from a knee makes him about as tall as most of us standing up. right into the basket. 6 holes down, 12 to go. And Chris falling off the pace a little bit here. Let's see if he can pick that one back up as we move on to the par 4, hole number 7. One that reminds me a little bit of a hole over in Finland. How about hole 16 at the Beast?
Yeah, oh boy, this hole. Not my favorite hole, but I can respect this hole. First shot, tee shot, you're really just trying to put it inbounds, in play, and then you're trying to line up a second shot approach to this island green. Lots out of bounds surrounding an entire basket area. Man, it's, like I said, not my favorite, but man, it's a really good golf hole.
I feel like this here is an unorthodox line to take.
Very surprised on that approach there. Jerm known for a very effective forehand. I'm surprised he just try to lay it out left side and really maybe try to bring it as close to the basket as possible while still keeping it in bounds.
And Ricky just wants to ride the cart path with this backhand. Effectively done.
A straight shot, not taking any chances, just putting the shot in play, and that's a very short approach to the green from there.
If I were a betting man, I'd say this is a destroyer by Paul.
This getting a little height, maybe a little more left carry than he wanted. Like I said, first tee shot, just put it in play, but the closer you are toward the right side of the fairway, that shorter a second shot. Christopher Watson trying to take that line as well, just trying to keep it tight to the cart path, and does.
Yeah, very attackable. They were staring at the main gap. All 4 of the players, though Jeremy will be playing with a penalty. And here's the upshots.
A very routine little hyzer approach by Paul, making easy work of hole number 7.
Probably the slowest green on any of the 2 courses these competitors are playing, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a lot of thick grass. Whoa. Where'd that come from? Ricky.
Oh.
Pulling it inside, right side, hitting the tree, and misses the island green. Yeah, as I was saying, it was very thick grass, a lot of wood chips down there. I think you really fire shots with some good aggression, and they're going to stay close.
It looked like a little hook thumber there from Watson.
Little NorCal signature throw. A lot of players up there playing wooded courses and having the ability to throw that kind of shot down some of those wooded fairways is going to be very advantageous.
Yeah, that was my thought. You know he plays in the woods if he has that one in the bag.
Jeremy Koling, third shot on the green.
And here's Ricky's upshot. That should easily inside a Ricky range there. That should get him a bogey, and Jerm cleans up the par.
Not a hole to take for granted. You know, you're laying up that first shot. You really can attack the hole from the tee. It's really puts a lot of pressure on that second shot to the green, and it's a very needed hole to complement the rest of the hole on the golf course.
Yeah, it's a nice little variety and flavor from what we've seen so far out of the Muni course here. And Paul and Chris getting a stroke apiece on the other 2.
Ricky Wysocki displaying some excellent World Championship form right there.
We are 7 holes in, 12-stroke lead, but second place is not guaranteed quite yet. Hole 8. We've talked about tight gaps all weekend at Delaveaga. Here's one out here. I mean, this is... You have to dodge both of these trees or you're going to end up in the cart path that's playing like a river. Well, what's your play?
It's I'm just trying to throw it inbound, so I'll usually take a fairway driver, trying to throw it low under the branches, but obviously high enough to get over that little curb on the path, and really just trying to put the shot inbounds and lay up, take your 3, move on to the next hole. Paul McBeth trying to go a little flex forehand low, catching those late branches and dropping in that cement river.
Yeah, he's trying to get a little creative there, and he paid for it. Here's that low line you're talking about by Chris.
And that's fine. That's a little over halfway down the fairway, but you're in no danger there. You're not going to lose strokes on the field by getting your 3 out here. There might be a few players that do over-the-top shots, maybe over-the-top flex sidearm shots. Wow, unfortunately, that shot over the top by Koling sticks and tombstones on the green, out of bounds.
That's the second overhand shot we've seen from Jeremy. And Ricky's forehand is...
Not good.
Yeah, wrenched over a little
but
bit.
Inbounds.
Could definitely be worse.
Rushing his shots, very uncharacteristic. Ricky Wysocki just kind of out of sorts here after that tee shot, and then a very short up shot, leaving a tester putt for a par.
I think he saw McBeth out of bounds and really wanted to jump on the opportunity here.
The thing about McBeth with this lead here, man, anybody in the world, I don't know. Ricky Wysocki probably the best chance to hunt him down, but as the holes are diminishing and with a double-digit lead, it's going to be really hard to catch Paul at this point.
And Koling just puts that par save right in the heart of the basket.
Wow, he's in some big daggers from distance on this course.
Yeah, the putting clinic by Jeremy Koling continues this afternoon.
Rick, par putt low. Like I said, it's going to be tough to catch him at this point, and Ricky Wysocki still can play very aggressive and put on a show here, but unfortunately drops one on hole number 8.
I believe this could be a bogey for Paul after his out of bounds, but Chris does par. So he's going to get a stroke on some world champions, and the U.S. champion's going to tie him. See, Jerm's quite excited after that.
His fist pumping in.
One
Run
hole to
down
go.
that big putt.
One hole to go on this front 9.
For me, it's time with my friends.
For me, it's a walk in the park.
For me, it's my job.
For me, it's fun.
Many thanks once again to the PDGA for their continued support of SpinTV and tournament coverage in general. Last hole on this video, first half of the final round. It's the par 3, 515 feet, but very attackable, Avery.
A very cool hole for the fact that you, like you said, a big arm thrower can attack this with either the flex shot or the big hyzer shot, hitting through the big field goal trees there off the tee. I saw a lot of players really trying to attack this green and get a shot way down there. Use the elevation, use the slope, and use that power distance. Christopher Watson unleashing a big hyzer down the hill. And a skip, check, and roll as he parks hole number 9.
Jeremy Koling is going to be next.
Looking to follow suit. Snatched a little bit right, a little late flex. That should be back in bounds, right side of that bunker. Yeah, a hole like this, it is attackable, but man, the whole left side of the cart path is a hazard. So even if you did get something to flex early, you still play it down there and play it from where it lies with a 1-stroke penalty. Paul McBeth
doesn't want to let it turn over, so he keeps it on the hyzer line through the small gap.
Yeah, it's a very unique hole, very fun hole for these longer throwers here, displaying a good variety of shots. Ricky Wysocki go a little more direct line, getting a big distance carry, challenging that green in the distance.
Challenged and found it.
Very unfortunate.
Here's a be Jerm on his second shot.
Just a little short, as he says, just trying to put it back into play and walk away with a par.
Good roll to the basket to ensure that he gets that putt. Ricky needs to save par with this one. Got it.
And does a little spin back here. Big distance, par putt, Ricky Wysocki.
He's just so smooth with that follow through, gets up on that front leg.
Nothing but chains.
And here's Paul. Opportunity for birdie to match. Tried to match the difficulty of the putt, would have gotten a stroke. But at this point, 9 holes to go. It's really hard not to call it a victory lap for him. But, you know, you just never know with Ricky. You just never know.
It's definitely a walk in the park for Paul here, and a very different style of golf as we had the first 2 rounds at Delaveaga Disc Golf Course. And now switching to the golf course edition it's just fun to watch these players change up their games from a very accurate game to more of a distance kind of showcase here on the golf course.
Yeah, you play 48 holes over 2 days, and then you just kind of completely change the style. But it allows you to come out and attack, I feel like, and we're seeing that out of Jeremy. We're seeing Ricky trying to get it going, and we're going to see 9 more holes coming up really soon. Stay with us. The last half, the epic conclusion. Maybe, can we have some little magic come back just like last year? This man would love to see so. We'll see you guys on the back nine. For Avery Jenkins, I'm Jamie Thomas. See you right back.